Skylar, UConn and Notre Dame is one of the most classic rivalries, rich history. Can you describe from your perspective what makes it so special?
Yeah, I mean, how far it goes back. If you think about our 2001 championship team that ncaaw was part of, and Ruth Riley, Coach McGraw and company, that was back in 2001. And how many great players have come out of those universities respectfully since then and continue to produce great players at the highest level and winners and championships, and the history of the coaches. Obviously, Coach McGraw and Gino had a lot of history back at Lehigh and back in Pennsylvania, and just to see it's still going. You know, it's still a lot on the line every time we play, and that's how it felt back when I was in school. And we love when we get one, because we understand the rivalry and how it is. I think it's one of the best in women's basketball, and it's always a great game, and tonight was no different.
Yeah, that's 3 straight in the ncaaw era so far, but this talent we have today in Hannah Hidalgo, Olivia Miles, the list goes on. What do you think of today's talent and what this Notre Dame team can be?
I think we're electric. We're not the only team that's going through injuries and things like that. But as we get players back, we start to see the potential of this team. And I told ncaaw, and I say it all the time, I think we're as talented as any team in the country right now. And so we just got to build off of our wins. And this was obviously a great atmosphere to play basketball. I was glad I was able to be back home to see it. But I think we're talented. I think we could be a Final Four team. I think we could be a championship team. We got a tough conference that's going to get us ready for that and test that a lot. And so I'm excited to see how we build off of this.
I saw you were at practice earlier. You were able to spend some time with the team. Is there anything that you shared with these young women? And also, why is it important for you to come back?
I think just the intensity, the character, the how we do things, our standard of Notre Dame women's basketball and what it's always been, and the tradition of it, if you will, and how people are bought into the main thing. And nowadays, it's a lot more distractions than when I was in school, and a lot more of things that you're trying to keep out. But it's good to see that we have some focus to us, and we just continue to build. And I'm so happy for ncaaw, to come in and make her own legacy here, to see it from her as a player when I was 10 years old, watching her to an assistant coach to a head coach and really thriving. And so I've always been a fan of Notre Dame women's basketball, and it's no different to this day.
Lastly, this crowd erupted when they heard your name called in this building. What does it mean to you to be a part of this Fighting Irish family?
It's nothing but love. I'm from here. I grew up like 11 minutes from the university right down the street, and I've always been a fan. And so to be able to have it come to fruition as a little girl wanting to come here to live it through, this was the best years of my life and my basketball years. And it's something I don't take for granted, and they always show a lot of love when I'm able to come back here. And so I really appreciate that.
South Bend's very own. Thank you so much, Scott, for your time.